When I first arrived in Mesa, Arizona, my sophomore year of high school, I was embarking on a new journey. Little did I know that that journey would shape my life, and that the AVID program would have a huge influence on my success. My name is Corey Lueker, and I'm a 2008 graduate of Westwood High School. My freshman year, I became so overwhelmed with personal setbacks and the pressures of school that I decided I had had enough. My mother had recently passed away from brain cancer, and my father had been incarcerated since I was very young, never attempting any communication with me. These tremendous factors led to a lack of concentration in class and many financial burdens. At age 13, I dropped out of high school, and I had no intention to return. After my mother's death, my 17-year-old brother and I were living with my grandfather. We were there for about a year until he too became terminally ill and was placed into a hospice. When we lost our grandfather, we felt that it was the end of the road for us. My brother and I were desperately seeking a home and felt that there was nowhere else for us to turn. We did not own a vehicle, so all of our transportation was done through the public bus system. We were moving from place to place, staying with friends of the family, until we could afford an apartment of our own, using survivor benefits from Social Security, my part-time, and his full-time employment. Our expenses were divided equally between the two of us, which meant it would be imperative for me to work at the age of 15. I stayed out of school for about a year and became very depressed. My brother and sister had both dropped out of school at an early age, and I saw the lives that they had due to not completing their education. There was one day when I had almost an epiphanic moment that was screaming out to me that I was making a mistake. My brother and I were at the city library to use the internet as a means to pass time. The librarian asked me, she looked me in the eyes and said, "Is there no school today?" And it hit me. I wasn't a student, and something inside of me was telling me that I was too young, with too much ahead of me to be giving up now. I was embarrassed, and I knew I didn't have the right answer to her question. From this, I made the decision to return to school. I enrolled myself, and I took the forms home to be signed by my brother. Soon after that, I was once again a full-time high school student. As the second semester of my sophomore year approached, it was my world studies teacher, Mr. Bizarre, I know, right? who introduced me to AVID. He explained to me that I had potential, and he saw determination in me. When he asked where I was going to college, I just drew a blank. I only thought of completing high school at that point. I never even dreamed of college. Going to college was not a traditional path in my family, and I did not have the resources to afford it. He said that the AVID program was perfect for me and that I should consider going through the application process. I decided that I needed the help that the program was offering me, so I filled out the application and I submitted it to the AVID counselor. When I was accepted into AVID, I immediately felt a difference in my life. I was going to be in a program for the next 3 years with students who had similar circumstances and backgrounds as I had. One of the main things about AVID I have personally found so rewarding is the amount of motivation the program gives the students. I've been pushed to do things over the last 3 years that I never thought were capable, and it has only been for my better. Not only were my grades improving, but I also found comfort in the classroom with students that I could trust. My sophomore teacher constantly said that we were kumbaya and that we were a family. A family is exactly what I needed in my life at the time, and now I had a place to call home. Because of AVID, I have surpassed all of the goals and expectations I have set for myself. I have maintained a 3.8 GPA since my sophomore year, and I have earned above average grades in 4 advanced placement courses. I was a part-time student at Mesa Community College in the REACH program, where I earned 25 college credit hours while still in high school. And I volunteered over 300 hours of my time to community service projects on and off campus. And I've got to tell you, it's a little fun to tell my graduating senior class that while they'll be a freshman, I'll have sophomore credits. And I did all of this while I was working a part-time job. Without AVID's motivation and time management skills, I could not have accomplished these things, especially not in high school. AVID has always been there for me, and when I felt that I wasn't good enough, or when I was struggling in a class, AVID helped me to overcome it. The tutors and the teachers all encouraged me to exceed. Giving up was never an option. The students became more than my best friends. They were that family that I was desperately seeking. Thanks to AVID, I have completed over 24 scholarships, and I have received 19 of them for a total over $80,000. This money will completely pay for my college education. Not graduating high school is now a thing of the past, and graduating college is a thing of the future. With the help of AVID, I have already been accepted into 3 in-state universities, and I will be attending the University of Arizona, which is where I plan to major in education and minor in journalism this August. Once again, AVID has always shined through for me. And when I'm asked what advice I would give to a student interested in the program, or maybe a student who is struggling their first couple years and has decided to give up on the program, I say, despite the common misconception, AVID is more than just a program to learn about college. It is a program that takes your dreams of being a college student and turns those dreams into a reality. Thank you.